ever. But thanks very much for the sub, and hopefully you enjoy the emote. But let's get into this game without further ado. We have a Chinese v Indians matchup here. Jordan v DauT going on live on Voobly, Woolalo Kingdoms. But yeah, actually we do have a new Civ. An HD Civ in the Indians. It will be Jordan. It will be DauT. Jordan will be playing in the blue. Found his sheep really early, which is always nice when you're Chinese. It sucks absolute balls if you can't find your sheep early on when you're playing as Chinese. So I think Jordan's TC is not going to be idle very much at all. That's going to give him a nice start and probably a nice little early game advantage. But we'll see. Okay, brief pause in the action. On the other side of the map, we will see DauT playing as Indians. Indians are a MFer. They are one of the very best civs in the game. I'm assuming that most of you guys probably know a bit about the Indians. They don't get knights, but they get really badass camels. And we can talk about those camels if they become relevant. They might not become relevant. You never know what's going to happen. Chinese players can do, actually Chinese is a pretty malleable civ, so we might not see DauT go into knights, but often the meta for Indians would be to go up to feudal, go into scouts, and then you can transition into arbalest and camels. It's really an arb civ, in my humble opinion. If you look at, no arbalest, it's really an arb civ. Anyway, am I crazy? Indians don't have ARB? Oops, I'm not quitting. I'm not giving up the game. Indians versus...
Yes.
There you go. Killer Bee totally misremembering. Somebody help me out in chat and tell me that they once had it. Am I crazy? Jesus Louises. Anyway, we will see Chinese versus Indian here. We will see DauT. Why are you watching this channel? Killer Bee's the worst. Forward stones for DauT, but a very wallable map. Forward gold for DauT as well. Very wallable back flank. Back berries really could close himself in early, but he's not going to do so behind a drush. Indians got nerf and lost arbs. I see. Thank you, Nim. They lost arb in the last patch. Well, it's good to know that. I wish I had known that before. My apologies to you guys. I think it was a better arb civ than anything before the patch. The arbs from Indians are just so beefy. Oh no! Jordan's going to, or DauT here is going to have to do a little dancing to avoid losing his scout. So we saw DauT's map, very wallable. 4 vills out on wood for Jordan, but it doesn't mean that much this early on. It looks like Jordan will have back gold, back stone. He's got a map that really could be walled in pretty nicely. Just got to find his board now and find his last couple of sheep. No worries, Jordan is in fine shape. The front area here is a little awkwardly big, but I think he can get some military buildings there and be fine. He can wall up the back corner. It's all good in the hood. Killer Bee, please move the camera. Ah, shiza. All right, I will. Let me just take a moment to move the camera. Thanks for that, guys. Sorry that I suck. I suck all around today. I don't know what civs have what. Is the webcam intentionally blocking the overlay? Hey, Hyuna is here. Thanks, guys. Always love it when the chat can help me out. I don't know. Jordan's boar is going back. Jordan with a little bit of...
Yes.
Ooh, with a little bit of laming action coming on. Looks like DauT is... Is he going to block this villager? Is he going to lame him? Loom is already in. Even blocking here would be a little tricky. But DauT is going to try to lame it, man. In an ostensibly friendly match between two guys who really like each other. DauT's going to make it a little interesting for us. Put it in the right corner. Yeah, right in front of the mini-map. That's the spot to put it. Hopefully I'm not blocking the overlay anymore. Sorry about that, dudes. Rough start here. Rocky start early on in the stream. Anyway, Jordan is building up. Again, he's Chinese. He's wallable. DauT, I think, is even more wallable. DauT at the moment is going to be on 19 vills. He's going to be pretty close to being able to click up. Should be dropping his second lumber camp here in a moment. I think it's all good in the hood for DauT in this match. I don't see any reason, for him not to click up and go into some scouts. It's kind of Indians meta. DauT's going to do that on 20 villagers potentially after grabbing Loom. Jordan on the other side of the map is collecting food like a madman. Does not have a barracks down. Does not have a second lumber camp yet, but I think he will soon. Pushing in a couple of deer. It looks like both guys will probably go up to feudal at a decent time. DauT will click up at 7:36, which is a really badass time. And sinking will join us as well in the subscriber lounge. Hey, buddy. Thanks, Sinkin. Thanks for the... Man, that's two subs already today. Thanks, man. Appreciate that very much. Feudal Age coming for both players. Jordan will be up at 807 on 22 Vils. DauT will be up on 20, and he will be up a little bit quicker. Looks like Deer continuing to be pushed in from Jordan. Jordan's scouting of DauT is non-existent. DauT's scouting of Jordan is actually pretty thorough. LB10 is online, by the way. DauT knows where the berries are. He didn't see the wood line technically, but he might assume that that's the wood that Jordan is taking. Yeah, he has a decent vision of Jordan's map. He did find the back gold. There you go. There you go. DauT finding the resources. Going to use his barracks as part of a makeshift wall off here on the front. DauT continuing to push Deer. It's all good in the hood, baby. And I really should move the chat around for next game. Get well soon. Good God Bedring. Oh, Jesus. I don't know what that means. I think it means good friend. Bedring. I don't know. Let's see. What do you think about the leotard stream? That's right. Upper left corner is better. Yeah, right here, blocking all these things. The leotard stream could go down if enough people are interested in it. Man, that would be awkward. That would be really cap of pride, I would say. Welcome to the channel, Wash Ace. I don't know. Stable coming down for the blue player. Stable coming down for the red player. Both guys can go into scouts. DauT will have the jump on Jordan, and DauT really can block himself in. I don't see scouts doing much to this. I don't even know. DauT won't drop a spear yet, but I don't think DauT is going to be really threatened at all by Jordan. I mean, I could be wrong about this, but I think eventually DauT will begin to wall off that flank. I think eventually he'll close in the map. He will also have safe gold on the front, and his scouts for now are not rushing forward, so he's probably going to be fine if Jordan goes scouts. Jordan walling up the side flank. He will build some scouts. He will continue to wall across the front. And Jordan's going to be relatively safe here too. He probably needs one of those back hatch walls. You got to protect the back hatch, like wall toward the TC here. Jordan's not terribly rateable, but I think DauT has an even better position to defend. And DauT's kind of even chilling out for a moment with his scouts while his wall off continues to come up. So, at the moment, DauT with 3 scouts, Jordan with 2. Resources should be pretty darn close. DauT went up earlier, has a little bit more in the bank, and has the extra scout for the moment, but really by the time he gets across the map, Jordan's going to have equal numbers. Jordan will pick a scout there from DauT. He will turn and fight 2v2 here, but he probably shouldn't be fighting this. Jordan doesn't quite have the numbers right now. He's going to head back, going to continue his wall off, I think. Has a nice little diagonal wall-off feel going here. Jordan's going to be just fine with a couple scouts in defense, but I still think he's much more rateable than DauT. I mean, you can come around behind the TC, which DauT has already done in his scouting, and you can maybe get into this backwood line. DauT back at home is going to wall off on top of that ridge line. He's going to palisade himself in, and he has walled in the left side as well. So when the Lord giveth such a nice map to you, thou must taketh the advantage and runneth with iteth. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say here, guys. I'm trying to be funny, I think, but it's just not my strong suit. At the moment, we have 7 military out for DauT. Jordan does have a spearman in play. Honestly, Jordan's going to be fine here. DauT's going to have to work pretty hard, I think, to get a Vil, but Jordan hanging in defense is actually playing a really wise match. Maybe he's listening to the stream and he heard us. I think more likely, though, he just scouted forward and figured out, okay, DauT's going to be blocked in. It would be silly of me to go forward and try to do damage since I'm still a bit open on my side. Jordan hanging in defense, wheelbarrow coming for DauT. Let's look at the resources here. Jordan, 100 food, 50 gold. DauT is actually screaming ahead with more resources by quite a bit. The resources for DauT look pretty good. Archery range coming for Jordan. Again, he's playing as Chinese. Why not? Pretty versatile civ. Blacksmith coming from DauT, and we will see DauT probably clicking up somewhat soon. I mean, not right away, but he seems to be far ahead of Jordan. Sweet Jesus, what is wrong with me? Anyway, these 5 scouts from DauT continuing to roam around the map, continuing to just basically do nothing. It looks like he actually will sneak one right up the gut. Going to run right up the middle of the defense here of Jordan, right between the sets of walls. Jordan is going to have a spear here, but he will lose a villager. DauT's going to dogpile on that spear, do a nice job to run the scout away that it was targeting, and then he's going to get out. Ran in, sniped a Vil, sniped a Spearman, and is getting out. And that's a big advantage if you are playing at a pro level. Just grabbing that one Vil, kind of beating up on your opponent a little bit. Jordan is 2 villagers ahead technically, but DauT has Wheelbarrow. So I do think that it is a 1 villager advantage for DauT at this point. Both guys have probably not idled their TC for much more than a second or two. The Indian eco is just OP. Indeed it is. DauT continuing to build up, and let's look at it. Let's look at it. Villagers cost less, and it's kind of gets better with age. They don't have Arbalest in the new patch. I've known that ever since it happened. Hand to God. So yeah, DauT will certainly have that cheaper, faster eco. Castle Age coming for DauT. He's got 5 Vils out on gold. For the moment, DauT is not really floating too much. He is floating some wood, but I think he'll use that for some TCs. DauT's done a good job to grab a Vil from Jordan in a game that's going to be a closed match. Closed matches, just disrupting your opponent's eco a little bit can be a really nice thing. DauT also here forward, scouting, is going to find that Jordan is on double ranges. Right now it's just a couple of archers for Mr. Jordan. Fermented Herring, always good to see you. Must say you're a solid 10 out of 10 caster. Thanks Fermented Herring, and great name by the way. I'll be eating Fermented Herring in 2 weeks. Excuse me, I think 2 weeks I'll be eating Fermented Herring. My friends here are going to get some surströmming. I believe that's what it's called. It's like supposed to be the worst tasting fermented fish in the world. Since we're in Sweden, we gotta get out there and eat the nastiest things available. It's supposed to be so bad that you have to open it underwater, because if you open it in the air, you'll just begin vomiting. DauT here is going to actually lose a scout and potentially 2. DauT does have bloodlines. I didn't quite calculate that right. But DauT turning to fight Spearman there. Jordan did actually get a decent exchange. These scouts are going to have to go back on low HP. Jordan coming out with a couple of archers. DauT did tip his cap to us a little bit, going bloodlines, but he's still on 1 stable. DauT hits the Castle Age. He's floating an absolute crap ton of wood and food, and it looks like he will immediately drop 2 more TCs. DauT's going to be booming. That's what Indians kind of do best. They boom well, they defend well. It's a really tough nut to crack. It looks like DauT, or rather Jordan, will be going with archers. He'll be up a little later, but he will have +1 damage. I'm a Swede, so it's in my bones. This is the first game of the day. This is game number 1 for me of the day, and I think it's game 1 for Jordan and DauT. In this 1v1, maybe series. We'll see. Hopefully it turns into a series. Jordan hits the Castle Age. He's going to go Bodcanero Crossbowman. For now, that will be the better... He will have the better army, for sure. DauT's got a couple of camels. Of course, you can't build knights with Indians. I think I might have said that he was going to go knights a minute ago, which it's totally wrong. Don't listen to that. Let's see, though. Those camels will be coming into a group of +2 damage crossbows, and that's just not going to be so bueno for them. Chain barding armor coming for DauT. He's going to continue to go into camels or into light cav. It looks like we will see a TC up in the north for Jordan and another one in the south. Jordan's going to have a lot of trouble keeping pace with DauT's economy. We'll have to continue to watch the villager count. Just so cheap for DauT to spam villagers, and he should eventually be able to have 3 TCs going strong and several military buildings, and that just makes it really tough. Jordan can get into the edge of this wood line and probably do a bit of damage, so there's still a possibility for a little bit of damage to come in. I think Jordan does actually have to strike now while he's got a chance. Let's see if he can snipe a Vil. Nope. It's a bit too far. It's a bridge too far. The camels here from DauT are coming in. We do have camels if you were Chinese as well. So Jordan will have a few of those also. Jordan's coming forward to try to push in. We'll see if he can get in. Of course, the Indian camels have the extra defense upgrade, so they will have +1 defense in the Castle Age, and it looks like DauT will have +2 as well. So they are actually pretty beefy against arrows. Not quite as good as a knight. Not nearly as good as a knight against crossbows, but much better than one might expect. Jordan has pushed in. We will see what he can do with these crossbows. DauT's phalanx of TCs here is not going to allow him to do too much. Jordan actually might get trapped there because DauT can steamroll down this hill. Looks like Jordan will climb that hill, and he will probably have to fight this army. For now, DauT's going to go back. Camels have such low attack. I mean, they have a great bonus versus cavalry, but they have such low attack in general. 6 damage. I mean, granted, these crossbows right now just have +1 defense. But these crossbows will take several more hits than they would if these were knights. They're going to be crushed into the corner here, maybe sniping a villager and then maybe sniping a few camels before they get cleaned off the face of the earth. They will be cleaned off the face of the earth here soon, but Jordan is at least forward. He did grab a vill. He's keeping DauT busy. DauT, though, coming out to a 7 villager advantage. Jordan, right now, is going to get a few camels here on the front. Not nearly as many as he might have hoped. Still queuing crossbows. Those are hanging in the middle of the map. Jordan is going to be on double range archers. Jordan's also booming. He's not going to fall behind technically if he's keeping all of his TCs going, but of course it's a lot cheaper for DauT to keep villager production going, so he will probably continue to stay ahead of Jordan. Stable coming down for DauT. That's going to be 2 stables for Mr. DauT, and he is pretty much just going into camels at the moment, continuing to reinforce his walls on the back of the map. DauT has very little map control, but Jordan can't quite crack into DauT's eco. So I would say DauT is nicely ahead at the moment, but Jordan's map isn't bad. He certainly has time to build up. There is going to be a big Imperial fight at some point in this one. I just don't see it going any other way. But we'll see. We'll find out soon. Watching a couple camels here roam in. Those +3 defense camels with bloodlines are a mofo to knock down, but eventually I think Jordan can crush himself into a little corner like this wood line with a hill bonus and probably do some serious damage here. DauT's going to stand and fight. No, DauT's going to get out. DauT's not going to be able to win that fight. If we look from Jordan's POV, he does have a university. I didn't catch if he got ballistics. I think we can tell from this diagram. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. Check it out. Ballistics, I believe, is in that slightly lighter green color for all you colorblind people out there. I believe means he has ballistics. So these are pretty beefy crossbows. The ballistics will help him a lot. +2 defense, believe it or not, will help a ton versus camels. Look at how low, well, I've already pointed out how low the damage of camels is. But I will continue to do it because I am the most redundant streamer ever. It looks like Jordan roaming in with a couple of these crossbows is going to be 9 villagers, between 6 and 9, depending on the moment. Behind, DauT will click Imp with those cheaper vills, and Jordan will not be very close. So you know it, and I know it now, that Jordan is going to have to make something happen here in the Castle Age. It's going to be really bad if DauT is up to Imp and he's going into like heavy camel or something like that. He's probably going to be on similar villagers as Jordan. It's going to be a really hard hill for Jordan to climb. Jordan is taking a bit of stone. He does have enough for 1 castle. Probably will have enough for 2 before DauT gets to Imp, and those castles might be pumping out some Chukonu. I think Chus are a pretty decent choice when your opponent's going camels. I feel like that would absolutely shred these camels, but remember, these are not your average everyday camels. This is not your grandma's cigarette. What? Camel cigarettes? I don't know. But anyway, these camels are beefy and they're badass, and we might even see the Imperial camel. We'll find out. Seems like the right option. Just remember, heavy camel takes an assload of time to come in. It's a really, really slow upgrade. So Jordan has quite a bit of time, I would say, before this one really is going to pop off. For now, those crossbows coming forward. Jordan grabbing handcart. His economy looks to be decently balanced, and he'll click up soon. Jordan's also got a castle coming in the middle of the map. That's going to be hard for him to keep up. I think DauT's going to be pushing on that castle somewhat soon, but it's a good location. Got a little bit of a hill here, going to block off some gold. Actually blocks off some of the main points that DauT might attack from. Not bad at all in my book, and I think Jordan will have a second one relatively soon. Just 300 stone, but I think he's taking it. He's taking stone pretty aggressively with 10 villagers, so should be able to continue to spam those. Does have a Chukonu out, so we might see more and more Chus here. Chus seem like the perfect choice versus the camels from DauT. I mean, archers counter camels pretty nicely. Faster firing archers like Chus seem like they would work well. Get some rocketry on top of them, and you should be at least able to stand up to them. But DauT will have plate barding armor. He will have heavy camel on the way. We will see +3 defense with +1 attack for now. It's going to be even more in a moment. And I will pause briefly to cough and hopefully not die. We do have a monastery up for DauT. We'll see if he grabs any relics. Jordan has grabbed a castle. but neither guy has brought in any relics just yet. Jordan kind of hanging out defensively, looking for Imperial Age to come in. Keep an eye on Jordan's castles here. For now, it is one castle. Second castle should be coming in soon. Jordan's just got to make a decision about where to put it. It might have to come down in defense here because DauT is going to be pushing a little bit on that side. Jordan's got his crossbows hanging defensively, though. I think it's a wise choice, and he's going to wait for DauT to come in and try to do some camel raiding. Heavy camel is in for Mr. DauT. 140 HP, 8 damage, 5 defense versus arrows. These poor crossbows are just going to be doing 2 damage to these camels per shot. So for now, Jordan does have to stay home. He has to stay behind the walls. He's trying to get this castle up on the front, but he's going to need to wall those villagers in. I have a feeling DauT's coming here now. Oh, DauT is going to make Jordan pay for this decision. Oh, man. Will we be calling it a Jordan castle in the future? We will possibly start to call it a Jordan castle instead of a DauT castle. Jordan's got 5 villagers on the front. Unfortunately, I don't think he's walled in enough. There's just a couple palisades in between DauT and this castle. The castle's on 75%. You know what? Jordan's going to stonewall that villager in, and DauT's going to give up and move on. DauT killing several vills there, 4 or 5. But, you know, Jordan's going to get it up. Jordan always knows how to get it up. Let's see how this one goes down. DauT is going to be joined in the Imperial Age by Jordan in just a couple of seconds. Let's see, about 30 seconds left. Jordan will have pikemen coming, heavy plow. Pikeman matters here. Chemistry, blast furnace, 2-man saw coming for DauT. Chemistry is an interesting thing to note. We will see a couple siege workshops coming down. We do see Imperial Camel in. And Imperial Camels are a mofo. 160 HP, 9 base damage, and they will have 5 defense versus the arrows of Mr. Jordan. That's going to be tough on Mr. Jordan. Jordan at the moment is bringing out some chews, not keeping both castles going, but is building chews relatively quickly. Chukonu for now. Jordan stonewalling up the top side. And we're waiting for this engagement to go down. DauT is going to take advantage of his map control, move to the north and take some of the extra resource piles. Also moving to the south. Clandestine mining camp here, but he's totally safe. When your opponent's army is this slow, you can usually keep an eye on it at this point in the early Imperial Age. DauT doesn't want anything to do with this army, though, right? I mean, it's going to be halbs and halbs and halbs and arbs. And that's just not what DauT wants to fight. Jordan's going to continue to build up castles. He's going to play defensively. I think he's going to have to send his army over to get this castle up. But Jordan is he's doing well. The Indians player is 20 villagers ahead. DauT is taking over map control. DauT's building out castles. He has gone chemistry. He's got his siege workshops up. And inside of those, we've got a hell of a lot of capped rams. So DauT is basically ready here to do some damage. But I think Jordan's done a great job to keep this match really close. I mean, he's played defensively when he needed to, and now he's potentially going to go forward. He's going forward with those arbs, going to leave the halbs behind to deal with potential camel raiding. Does have some Chukonus out. They are not elite. Jordan's coming home with his whole army now because he sees DauT pop out. About 10 capped rams coming for DauT. Unfortunately for DauT, there's enough halbs here that he has to go back. So Jordan's looking good. He's cut DauT's army in half for the moment. DauT, though, can run in. Jordan's got to get over here and build some walls. Jordan will quick wall, quick gate, and Fermented Herring says, I think Jordan's got this. It's looking decent. He's certainly got the unit composition that he needs. Able to stop DauT's huge investment into capped rams. I mean, this is a lot of capped rams. And that was DauT's big plan. I'm going to push the middle. Jordan was waiting there with halbs, with open arms. DauT still not able to do any raiding with these camels. They've basically been walled out. Jordan's going to be a lot slower to the 120 or 130 villagers that we're used to seeing in an Imperial Age 1v1, but he's going to get there. It's hard to be as fast as the Indian player. Maybe it's impossible, but you can still get there. Playing a nice defensive game, Jordan taking over a bit of map control, building out some castles, is going to go Elite Chukonu. We'll have architecture. I'm getting excited. I think Jordan is in a really, really nice place. Might have to regret, but seems that DauT's mono army will be able to be countered by Jordan. Yeah, DauT right now does have a, he is building out, got chemistry earlier, is going to start building out some hand cannons. He's definitely going to need those to cut through these halbs. There's going to be a lot of maneuvering here in the Imperial Age. DauT can't fight the halbs, and he can't fight the arbs. You know, with half of his units, he can't fight the Haubs. With half of his units, he can't fight the Arbs. So DauT's got to really, really maneuver around. I think Jordan's got an army that you can kind of set it and forget it. Just keep pumping out Haubs. Keep your Arbs on top of hills and just keep doing damage and building castles and building chews. I think it's a lot easier of a build, at least from my point of view. Jordan has put himself in a great spot, and we'll keep an eye as this one continues to roll through. Those Imperial Camels for now are on the run. Rocketry is coming for Jordan, so his chews are going to get even nastier. We've got a couple monks roaming around looking for relics. Both guys have grabbed one. Castles, 3 castles for Jordan, 1 castle for DauT. Elite Chu Konu, man, they are going to shred camels with 14 damage. Rocketry just now coming in. That will make them super badass. We will see tons of camels here, but only +5 defense, so they will get chopped down quick by a group of chews. The problem is Jordan's going to need a bunch of Chu Konu. Castle in the middle goes down, as we thought might happen, but Jordan will still have the castle lead in a moment. He'll drop another castle. DauT's in a good place, man. He's on 130 vills. He's probably done building villagers. Jordan, I would think, should still be queuing some vills, but he's actually stopped, which, okay, he's Jordan. I'm just Killer Bee. I don't know. But I think Jordan probably needs another 15, 20 vills. I would think Jordan is right at pop cap, though, and his army is relatively cheap to build. So I guess it's all good in the hood, but here we go. The engagement is coming. Winter is coming. We've got hand cannons from DauT, not really in the number that you might want to see. We have a forward castle coming from DauT, and we have a crap load of Imperial Camels. Jordan's army is going to come over. He needs to make sure that this army is coming over together, because these Haubs, of course, will get chopped down. But here's DauT's problem. He can't really fight this army without a lot of maneuvering. Jordan kind of has the better unit composition for an easy playable game, but I think DauT's going to maneuver just fine and make a hell of a game out of this. DauT's couple of trebs and another potential castle. Oh, DauT's got to be careful here, man. This castle was on like 100 HP for a moment there. Looked like it could actually go down. DauT is going to have to go. Ooh, he's going to have to sacrifice some camels to try to keep this going. Camels acting as a meat shield, Haubs acting as a meat shield, Rams starting to come in. DauT's kind of committed to this position because he wanted to drop this castle, but I don't love the position. Jordan looks like he's focused on killing the camels and not the villagers, so DauT's castle will go up, and Jordan's going to have to retreat from this. That's a really bad moment for Jordan, losing this gold, but he killed a lot of camels. I mean, look at the dead camels here. That's not the cheapest unit in the game, and I think Jordan actually got a decent fight there. The biggest problem, though, of course, is the positioning. DauT's going to drop another castle. He's going to unpack trebs and be knocking down Jordan's castle soon. Once DauT mixes in hand cannons, it's pretty much over, says Lies White. I wish DauT had a few more, but, oh, this is nice. DauT will have a bunch of elite skirms to go along with his hand cannons. Maybe DauT feeling a little bit of pinch on the, no, not feeling a pinch on the gold front. Has plenty of gold. Jordan got a decent exchange there. I really think that, but I also think that he's cooked. I think Jordan is in a lot of trouble. DauT is building elite elephant archers now. Oh, sweet Jesus, DauT's building elephant archers. The Indians are a wagon sieve, man. They just keep pumping out amazing unit after amazing unit. It's a good thing that they got nerfed and Arb is gone, and I've always known that my whole life. Looks like we will see the trebs hanging out under a castle which is now gone. Jordan clinging to the hill, does unpack his trebs. He's going to make a run for this. Could take both castles. Those elephant archers are coming in, but the numbers aren't so big. The Imperial Camels for DauT are not nearly in enough number. This is actually looking like Jordan's going to hold that hill. If his castle stays up, I think he's in good shape. Dare I say that he's in good shape here? Jordan is behind in the score by a smidge. Man, he's actually going to knock both of these castles down. I thought he was screwed, but Jordan was able to sneak 3 trebs out. I don't even see where they came from. And he's all of a sudden winning the Treb War at least a little bit. Able to knock down 2 castles. Might be able to knock down DauT's Trebs. Ooh, man, oh man. This game is actually potentially going to swing in the opposite direction. It's certainly back to a near even ground. The problem, though, about calling it totally even is that Jordan controls probably 0 gold piles at this point. Jordan's taken a nice fight. He's pushed back DauT's castle. He's gotten a really nice, efficient military trades there. But Jordan has how many miners? Can anybody see how many miners that he has? It looks like 0 to me. Looks like 0 miners for Jordan. DauT's taken the extra gold piles. They are starting to get dwindled down, but DauT does control a lot of gold, and he's got a tiny bit in the bank. Does DauT have miners? DauT's got 4 gold miners. Okay. I celebrated for DauT a little too soon. It seems to be the theme of today's channel. The Trebs will go down, though. Jordan will GG. He can't hold this hill any longer. And game number 1 between DauT and Jordan today on Twitch is going to go to Mr. DauT. I think that Jordan played a great game. I actually know that he